has just been acquitted of all charges against him. Captain Preston, can you explain to us why you were present at the massacre?
I'm an officer at the 29th Regiment, which, as you know, was assigned to Boston to help enforce the Townsend Acts. I was the officer on guard when there was a great commotion in the square in front of the customs house, where the king's money was lodged.
How would you describe this commotion?
Oh, very frightening, very frightening. As I approached the square, I heard them use the most cruel and horrid threats.
What kinds of insults were being used?
They called out, "Come on, you rascals, you lobster scoundrels! Fire if you dare! Fire! We know you dare not!" All of our lives were in danger. At this moment, someone called out from behind me, "Why don't you fire?" Immediately, 3 or 4 of the soldiers fired, and 3 more after that in the confusion and hurry. None of us were accused of murder. 2 of my men were charged of manslaughter. Given the choice of being hanged or branded on their thumbs, they chose the branding.
I can understand why. Well, that concludes our interview this evening. Thank you, Captain Preston, and good night, everyone.
I'm Emily.
I'm Beth.
And I'm Brett.
And you just saw how the creative use of technology was used by these students to help them gain a better understanding of historical events.
This type of exploration will help them to develop historical thinking, or the ability to build their own interpretation of history.
However, many students struggle to develop this ability. All too often, a student's experience with history never goes beyond the textbook.
While textbooks provide a useful summary of historical events, they are not ideal for developing historical thinking.
When students are challenged to explore primary sources and apply what they've learned, as the students in this video did, they begin to form their own historical interpretations.
Let's see how we can use technology to help us with this dilemma. Welcome to our classroom wiki for the Revolutionary War Unit. Let's start by looking at the calendar. The calendar is where students will be able to go to find due dates for their assignments.
Alright, and now we'll go to the link for Google Earth. Here, Google Earth has been embedded into the classroom wiki. Students can come here to gain a better background knowledge of the Revolutionary War time. For instance, here you see the 13 colonies highlighted, as well as Great Britain. And each one of these place markers has information about important places and events that took place during this time.
Next, we'll go to our primary sources page. In this part of our wiki, we have many different and important documents, first from the revolutionist perspective. Then later we have documents from the loyalist perspective that give students a greater understanding of the differences of opinion that existed at the time period. For example, here on this website we have letters from a captain in the British Army.
Also, we have a link to go to dictionaries online where English language learners can go to their own language and find words that confuse them from the primary source documents.
Alright, and now we'll go to the interviews from the past link. This is a creative way for students to synthesize the knowledge they've gained from the primary sources and allow them to share it with their classmates. For the video at the beginning of this presentation, we solicited the help of our school-aged friends to act out key figures of the time period from both the Loyalist and Patriot perspective. These are examples of what we expect students to produce using video editing software such as Movie Maker, and then they could share them with their classmates through the...
This link is called Take a Stand. And this is an area of our wiki that gives students the opportunity to demonstrate what they've learned by drawing from primary source documents and thinking critically about them. The students will view the interviews, as we said before, and form their own historical opinions. After they've very carefully crafted their arguments, they will submit it via this discussion board. This will also serve as an assessment for the teacher.
Thanks for joining us on this tour of our classroom wiki.
This is one solution to help students develop historical thinking in the realm of social studies.
Technology is a valuable tool that should not be overlooked in education.
As future educators, we strive to seek out new and innovative ways to help children truly learn and enjoy doing it.